Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Tuesday Live Readings. Today, we are going to do a spread based on the energy of the Tower card and working through challenging issues. This is a 7-card spread, and I'm going to lay it out for you and demo it in several readings. And if the chat gets really busy with questions, then after I've done a few of those, I will switch to 3-card readings. I'm going to use Tarot of the Abyss today by Ana Tourian. As well, I have put Sacred Rebels by Alana Fairchild on the table as well too, because it is a deck that has been waiting and waiting and waiting for Tarot of the Abyss to show up. This is with the amazing artwork by Autumn Sky Morrison, who is a local where I live. This is Sacred Rebels. So lots of things that we can work with here today. The prompt. So why this spread and why kind of dive into this in a live stream? Well, first of all, I love teaching, and to work through a spread and to work through a challenging issue live, I want to demonstrate how this, my process as well too, and to dive into a couple of, challenging questions with those of you in the chat today. So it's my honor to read for you. Yeah, so let's have some fun, and if you're feeling vulnerable and if you're feeling open in your vulnerability, then please feel free to put your questions into the chat. And if you want to ask something that is not related to the Tower spread, we'll get to that in a little bit. So welcome. My name is Sadhana. I don't believe I said that. And I'm an intuitive reader, intuitive healer, and I'm here every Tuesday doing live readings. So please make this a regular thing. Subscribe to the channel and go to the notifications, hit notifications. And so you can be here every week and and get a complimentary reading every now and then. All right, so let's go to the chat. I want to welcome those of you that are here already. Lily, hello Lily, and Shannon, Dancing Soul Sister. If there's anybody in the chat who would like me to call them by their name, please make sure that also that you put your name that you would like to be called by, if you don't want to be called by your channel name. I have a little book right here, and I'm trying to keep track of people's names so that I can use their name if they prefer. Snowfox Tarot, hello. Did I write down? I don't believe I have your name either. So if you want to let me know your name. And who else is here? Welcome to Colleen and Terry. First time here, Terry, you're welcome, welcome. Andy is back, hello. And Dancing Soul Sister is Hannah. Okay, let me write that down. Let me write that down. I am on the west coast of Canada, and it is screaming hot here. Janine, hello, Janine, welcome. Haven't seen you in a live for ages. Kristen House, hello, and welcome. Okay, so what I want to do is talk about the spread and what we're going to do with the cards. And it's a big spread, so I don't know if it's going to fit on the table, but we're going to try. So if you want to do this at home and you have a challenging question, so this is a spread that you would use if specifically you could alter the question, make the question about something that you're aware of. But for me personally, I didn't say this. So my tarot card for the year, 2021 card is the Tower. And I have had a hard time connecting to it, actually. There's been a few shifts in my life, but nothing really earth-shattering. And so I want to work with the spread personally. I just did a spread just before I came on, and to try to understand what this means for me. And there was something that came up about unprocessed emotions in regards to death. So that was really interesting. So I'm going to go back to this later and do a little bit of soul searching. So yeah, so this is personal as well as educational. I love to, work at every every level here. So the spread goes like this. So we have 2 cards side by side at the foundation. And so then we build the tower. Okay, so this is tower. So those are the first 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. So these are the things falling off the tower. And down below in the description box, I have what the positions are. So the first position is here, and this is what foundational beliefs, principles, or structures are being challenged. This is why. So this will help to, these 2 cards will have a little conversation. And then the third card here is, how can I ease this transition? And I got a really challenging card here. So we need to be able to have some flexibility with these positions. And then up at the top of the tower is, what is the lesson in the shakeup? And then this is 5, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So I may redo this. It would make sense, 5, 6, 7. Anyway, you do it the way you want, but these 3 positions we're going to do are, I think I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to redo my little diagram. Okay, but I'm not going to change the meanings. So 5, 6, 7 is if these things are falling off the tower. So the 5th position is release. What do I need to release? And what do I need to rethink, or how can I rethink this? And then the 7th card is rebuild. What is the next step in rebuilding? Okay. So yeah, so that is what we're going to do. I'm going to do a couple of these, and then we'll just see how it goes. Okay. And I'm using Tarot of the Abyss for these readings. Okay. So did anybody post a question? So Selena, Snowfox Tarot is Selena. Excellent. I need to go back and just check the chat before we start here. And Lily Valley is Lydianne. Lily Valley. Beautiful names. Lily Valley is Lydianne. Regina, hello, hello. The temperature here is cooler today. So it's not 30 today. It's in the high 20s. Yesterday was like 37 or something like that. So it hasn't crossed over 30 yet today. So it's actually a lot cooler today. Okay. All right. So nobody has posted a question in the chat as far as I can see. So I can do a reading for the collective as a demonstration, unless somebody would like to post a question. Andy has one. Okay. So Andy, I'm going to do this spread for you. Okay. Let's do that. What should my focus be as I move into a time of transition? Okay. So let's hold Andy in light and love. Transitions are never easy. They're not, they're not meant to be easy. Hello, Diana. They are for they're for our greater good. And so I want to also say that may your wisdom be reflected in the cards. Allow me to be a vessel for your words and for that wisdom, supporting Andy and all the souls here present in the chat on their journeys. Help us to learn more about our transitions. And as always, we ask that these readings are in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. All right. Glasses must be on. Four of Cups. You know, one of the beautiful things on this tarot deck are the trees and the interwoven nests of the roots and the branches and the humans in the trees. And so the foundational beliefs, principle structures that are being challenged are emotional and your relationship with those emotions. And whether you have any issues with any mental health issues, be they chronic or not, this also can speak to overwhelming emotions. Too much is being received. There can be too much coming to the surface, but there also is a gift being offered here. And so the question is, do I receive that cup or do I not receive that cup? Okay. And the why is the World card, which is really interesting, Andy. Okay, so let's look at the Ouroboros. The snake, the Ouroboros is in the infinity symbol shape in this card, right? It's eating its tail. Life is cycling through. We have an embryo in the bottom of the lemnis gate. We have an all-seeing eye above. And so here we have the, you know, the World card is one of, so the question is why? Why are the emotions, why the emotional turmoil? And also I want to speak to the four also of, I almost see the World card here, Andy, as breaking you through this emotional stagnancy. So the World card feels miles and miles away from the Four of Cups. Miles, it feels like really, really far away from the Four of Cups. It's almost like an urgency to break through this gloominess or this heaviness or stagnancy. Stagnancy is such an important word for the Four of Cups. Okay, so it's really beautiful that a major arcana showed up down here, and I feel like this World card is saying enough already. You know, enough already. It's time to get going and to release and to let go. Now, the third card is, how can you ease this transition? Nine of Cups. That's a beautiful card to show up here. So you can ease this transition by counting your blessings, by perhaps coming into the mood of gratitude and to speaking to all that, you know, really like any kind of gratitude practice. Could be a gratitude jar, it could be a daily gratitude draw, could be just starting a new gratitude journal. Gratitude is huge. And notice we have cups and we have cups. So I want to acknowledge the emotions that are coming to the surface. The fourth position is, what is the lesson in this shakeup? Okay, so another four. This is the Four of Wands. So I really see the Four of Wands, the Nine of Cups as connected. You have a stability to celebrate. There is something that perhaps you are not seeing your potential, or you're not seeing how strong you are. And this is it's a gentle reading. The four and four and four is 8. We've also got the 8 here in the lemnis gate. And this feels, it's kind of cool, right? Because we have 2 4s, right, which are foundational. It's almost as if the crack isn't as big as you think it is. That's what I'm getting on here. So the medicine, the 4 was, what is the lesson? The lesson is one of gratitude, one of, it's almost, I could also see 5 of Cups energy in that we need this. I feel the transition of the 5 of Cups. That's what I'm feeling. And also with the World card showing up here, like this is like, it's time, you want to get moving. So the 5, the 6, and the 7 are, what do you need to let go of? Okay. So secrets was the first word that came to mind. I'm looking at the High Priestess, Andy. I'm wondering if there are any secrets. I'm also really attracted to the key in this High Priestess card. So then another one is to release attachment to not knowing. The High Priestess is completely comfortable you need to release or release the need to know everything. It's something like that kind of energy. So when we release the High Priestess, we surrender to a place of trust and we allow it. It's like releasing the High Priestess means we just be with spirit. We be with the energy. The 6th card is rethink. So 6 of Swords. So what you want to rethink is you want to rethink moving on. You want to rethink relocating. You want to rethink where you're going. Where you thought you were going is not where you need to go. Okay, and then the 7th one is rebuild. Okay, interesting. So 10 of Wands has come up in rebuild. 10 of Wands is rebuild. Okay, so with the 10 of Wands here, and also we have the World card down here. So with the 10 of Wands and the Wands being connected to your life path, I almost feel as if this is a major career change for you. Or there's like, because the Suit of Wands is connected to your, not so much to the day-to-day job, but the career that is attached to your life purpose, to your Dharma. And so it's time to release the job, or it's time to release the things that don't feel like meaningful to you. So what you're rebuilding is your whole notion of your reason for life. This feels like a career shift. So I don't know if that's something that is resonates with you at all, but this is okay. So I'm going to go to the chat and to see what's going on here. And if you have said anything, I'm just going to go to Andy. Okay, so yes, major career change needed and need to find Dharma. Totally got it. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So then, because we want to focus on these 2 cards here, I would definitely do some kind of gratitude work, because gratitude work is going to stir up the heart space and it's going to make you feel that unconditional love for yourself that you might not be feeling, which is another aspect of this 4 of Cups down here. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it at that for today. And if you want to expand, we can meet personally. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next person. So thank you for the super chat, Janine. And I'm going to go Janine, and then I'm going to go Lily Valley, unless there's another super chat. So let's go to Janine. Work changes are imminent that affect my life. Feel I need to relocate to live near work because of my work, my son. This means moving out of my boyfriend's home. How do I handle approach the situation? It's really upsetting and causing me anxiety. Well, first of all, you know, I was going to say, I'm sorry to hear that. But on the other hand, it's amazing. You know, these shakeups are so important. It's so important. So let's hold Janine in light and love as we explore this major transition for her. How do I handle and approach this situation? Okay. All right. So the first one is what's at the foundation of this? And my dog is behind me. She's come closer and closer. She's panting like crazy. I've tried to move her far away from the camera, but we may hear a panting dog. Very, very loud. Okay, so this makes total sense. This is the Four of Pentacles. And so the foundational beliefs are that, so the Four of Pentacles is one of clinging, right? It's one of attachment. So that is the foundation of the issue. And the Four of Pentacles is the most tightly structured four. And it wants to burst forth. But why are you clinging so tightly? You're clinging so tightly because of nostalgia, because of love. Perhaps you and your boyfriend, were you childhood sweethearts or teenage, like high school sweethearts, or is there some connection to the past with the two of you? Oh, so this is the Six of Wands. Sorry, Six of Wands. Six of Wands. This is not Six of Cups. This is Six of Wands. So why? What you are attached. So the relationship has felt fulfilling. The relationship has perhaps externally as well too. So what I'm thinking is externally people have looked at your relationship and said, oh, they're a great couple, or something like that, you know, like you have been, I want to go to Anna's work. So in Anna's work, we have a dancer who's curtsying on stage. And I feel like these applause are significant. And so there is and even in a traditional RWS, there's kind of an attachment to the crowd that's welcoming us home. You know, there's a sense of ego. And in a suit of wands, we need to be really mindful of that. Okay, so this might have something to do with the why. Now, how can I ease this transition? Nine of Swords. How can you ease this transition? So let's look to the Nine of Swords as one of, I'll show you this card here, Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords would not necessarily be a card that we would look at for easing something. Nine of Swords feels challenging. But the Nine of Swords, if we look at this numerologically, is a card of completion. 333. It's a card of divinity. It's a card of connecting to spirit, right? Nines are a highly spiritual number, and the swords are connected most of all of the suits to ether, to energy, to that as well too. So when I see the Nine of Swords in a position like this, I want to say, like, amp up your meditation practice. Get a dream journal, you know, like really focus on, perhaps your meditations will be, your breakthrough moments will happen in meditations at night or in your dreams at night. So move into your dreams with intention. Move into your dreams with a question, and then settle down into your sleep. Now, the Nine of Swords also looks very restless. So set yourself up for success and prepare yourself for a peaceful sleep, okay? What is the lesson? Eight of Cups. So the lesson is, yeah, it is time. It is time to move on. Emotionally, this relationship has run its course, and it is time to um, acknowledge the. Um, so with eights, so sometimes I feel like I repeat myself all the time, but I really feel with the eights the energy of the lemniscate and the energy of coming back in a cycle. And when we come back and we complete that eight, you know, we never quite come back to the place we were before. And this feels like you're really moving on for your greater good, no matter how difficult this is. So this to me, this card is confirmation that moving on is in your highest interest. What do you need to release? The Hermit, which feels a little bit contradictory because um, the Hermit is part of the energy of what I'm saying about the Nine of Swords, in that I really feel the medicine of the meditation and the dream journal and so forth. But releasing the Hermit means you're not staying in your cave. You're not staying in your cave. You are just, I like that energy of the Knight of Cups, like you're moving forth, you're moving on. So when I see the Hermit and I feel the Hermit, I feel like there's not a lot of movement. So you want to release the energy of, sorry, I got another message coming through. You want to release the energy that you will be alone if you move on. You want to release the energy that you will be alone if you move on. And what do you need to rethink? King of Cups. So you want to rethink your relationship with the King of Cups. You want to rethink that you won't find another King of Cups. You want to rethink the strength that you have within yourself, the King of Cups reflected in yourself. So you want to see that emotional, because the King of Cups is emotionally strong and has been through the transition of all of these emotions. So you want to feel like you've got this, right? The King of Cups is super strong and is within you. And then the last card is rebuild. So how do you rebuild? Well, you've got another card of movement. You've got the Chariot. So I think this is a big confirmation that yes, it's time to go on. But I want to go back to your question and just make sure we understand which card relates. So how do you handle it? You handle it by acknowledging some of the things that I've already said. You handle it by believing, by faith. You handle it by faith, by trust, by knowing that this is in your highest good, your greater good. And that on the other side of this, even you don't know what it looks like, you have this. You really, really have this. Okay, I'm gonna go see if you've said anything. And hello, Mario. Thank you for the super chat, Mario. Hello, Joel. Oh, you met him at college 26 years ago. Okay, so it's really interesting that I felt some Six of Cups energy when this card came up, right? And then I switched gears, but take it all. That's what I want to say. Take it all. Okay. So take some time, Janine, to journal and reflect on these cards. I don't know if you have the deck yourself, but it's a really, really beautiful reading, and I feel like it's an empowering reading. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mario, I am just going to, I'm going to do a few 3-card readings just to go through this. So Lily Valley, I'm going to do you, and then I'll do Mario, and then I'll go back to the chat. Okay. This is a very powerful spread, and you know, with spreads that have fixed positions, be a little bit flexible in how you interpret those positions, because allow your deck, whatever deck you're using, to allow the artwork to come through. And, you know, I backpedaled with that 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands energy. And sometimes there's something in that as well too. So even though you're looking at a 6 of Wands, you feel 6 of Cups energy, you need to trust that. Okay. So Lily Valley, what behavior must I adopt to embrace a love opportunity? So for Lily Valley, I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Tarot of the Abyss and 1 card from the Lana Fairchild. Okay. Doesn't shuffle. Now this I have trimmed, and this is the more recent version of Sacred Rebels. One more. Okay. And hopefully you'll see what I mean when I, ooh, okay, so, and I will zoom in because it's just a 3 card. Okay, so faith in the process, Page of Pentacles, and 6 of Swords. Okay, so let's weave this all together. What behavior must I adopt to embrace a love opportunity? It feels like the journey is, it feels like you're still in the journey, like you're not at the end point of the, I mean, we're never at the end point of our journey, but this is a message of enjoying the journey, being on the journey. We have a journey card here in the 6 of Swords. And I also want to acknowledge that this feels hopeful. It feels positive. It feels like you're moving towards something. But there's perhaps some emotional trauma. There are things yet to be released. There's still some self-healing to be done. And so to enjoy and embrace this time while you are still on your own, right? That this is what I'm feeling here. This Page of Pentacles is also a youthful energy, a connected youthful energy. And in Anna's deck, in the Suit of Pentacles, all of the court cards in the Pentacles are having this, are in the process of a slow moving journey. And so when we get to the Queen and the King, they have landed, but the page is still en route. And you'll notice, I don't know if you can see in this card, the page has unearthed a key. And this, to me, is a very, very important symbol. And I would also, because this came up in your reading, I would ask myself what that key represents. Perhaps this is a symbol that will help you to find the love. But the symbol of the key is really, really powerful. And I don't know, what it means for you. I almost, like, I see you wearing a key on your neck, or like a key charm, or maybe you've got a key on your, on a wrist. mala or something. But the key feels like an important symbol. Maybe when you meet the man or the partner, maybe there'll be like a key on the wall, or maybe he'll have a key on his shirt or something. I don't know. There's something about the key. So be in the process and go slowly. This is a very slow moving card, and look at the energy here. It's like, it's kind of beautiful. And I feel a lot of self-care feels like is really, really important at this time as well too. Okay. Thank you. All right, let's go to Mario, and I want to acknowledge where we are in the chat here. It's lovely that you support one another. Lovely. Okay. And then, so Snow Fox will be after Mario, okay? So Mario and then Snow Fox. Okay. So, Aya Toya's current feelings for me. So what do we need to know about this? What do we need to know about the soul, Aya Toya, who is in Mario's life? So again, I'm going to pull one card from Sacred Rebels and two cards from Tarot of the Abyss for Mario and Aya Toya. Okay. What is already with you? All right, so look to the hands, open hands. I see open heart, transition. What is already with you? Okay. Five of Cups and Temperance. Okay. What Aya Toya's current feelings for me? I would say that she, I think it's the female name, is confused. Perhaps Aya Toya has, perhaps Aya Toya is not at a place of balance. Aya Toya is in a process of self-healing. Look, I want to look at those hands. Those hands to me are significant. And look at the gesture. So Aya Toya is uncertain. Aya Toya is emotionally okay. So one of the big connections here is the release of these butterflies and the energy of this Five of Cups. So Aya Toya needs to release something in order to come into balance. And at this time, it feels like she's in the process of releasing that. So you may need to give her more time or space to move through this. Aya Toya is working towards harmony, balance with herself, peace with herself. So what I'm saying is here, she might not be ready to dive into a relationship yet. Okay, does that make sense, Mario? Oh, La Toya. La Toya. Okay, La Toya. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna go back up. So there we go. There's Janine, Dancing Soul Sister, Andy, and then Snow Fox Tarot. Snow Fox Tarot, which is Selena. Okay, I'm going through a few big changes in my life right now. Can I have some guidance for this time of transition and change? Yes. So let's go back to the Tower spread for Selena and see what we have there. Okay. And it's so beautiful to see you supporting one another in the chat. Okay. So let's pull Selena Snowfox Tarot in light and love through this time of transition. And love the cards. We do have a jumper, Emperor. Control is the key word that's coming to me. I will just see if the energy of the Emperor is repeated. So the sun is at the bottom of the foundation. I'll back off the camera just a second. What foundational beliefs, principles, or structures are being challenged? So what's being challenged? Your happiness is being challenged, your success is being challenged, or the fact that you have the right to any of this is being challenged? Is there a symbol in the sun card that speaks to you? The whole world is in the sun. The energy of the sun supports us all. It is vital energy. The right to joy, the right to happiness is being challenged. Why? Why is it being challenged at this time? Page of Cups. So I wonder if you are emotionally are you wearing your heart on your sleeve? Are you somehow emotionally not, I want to say emotionally naive. That was the first thing that was coming to mind. Sounds like a harsh thing to say. Are you being childish about this? I'm going through a few big changes in my life right now. Can I have some guidance for this time of transition and change? Or on the opposite of that, do you need to, okay, why? This is a big one. So Page of Cups. Let's see if I can translate this for you. Page of Cups energy. There perhaps was a childhood experience where you were not allowed to feel something. And this transition is mirroring that inner child experience. And I'm going to go say that the Emperor is here because this has had to do with a controlling energy. Okay, so let's just go on here. So we have Queen of Wands. So more sun, right? So we have the sun and then the Queen of Wands and the Empress. We have both the Emperor and the Empress in this reading. Okay, so the card in the middle, number 3 card is, how can I ease this transition? You can ease this transition by embracing the energy of the Queen of Wands. And that means that you embrace your creativity, you embrace your inner beauty, your sexuality, you you your vital energy. You know that the Queen of Wands is so charismatic. And so to allow yourself to come out of your shell, allow yourself to be that um, I don't know, that witchy woman, that charismatic soul that everyone is that loves to be around. Have you been suppressing her because fear of out of fear of, if you express those emotions, if you express that behavior, people will put a lid on you. Like, this is giving yourself permission for a tremendous amount of freedom. The Empress is at the top of this. So, what is the lesson in this shakeup? That you can create anything, that you are the Divine Mother, that you are the goddess energy is within you, the goddess energy can support you, that if you embrace divine feminine energy, you will be stronger. So perhaps this is about releasing the control. I don't know if I hit anything on that, like the childhood thing, but that was a random download that came through here. Okay, so I want to see what you said. I think my happiness being challenged and the right to my joy makes a lot of sense. I think in my childhood and as a student, my parents always almost forced me into math sciences, and I felt my artistic side a bit drowned. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the last 3 cards for you, which is release, 2 of Wands, release the 2 of Wands. So what I want to say with release the 2 of Wands is, um, there's a few things. So one is that you can move forward. The 2 of Wands is that pause, right? The 2 of Wands is the pause before the 3 of Wands. So you want to release the pause. You want to decide, and you want to go forward. What do you want to rethink? You want to rethink that no one is out there, this is 3 of Pentacles, that no one is out there to help you. You are stronger. You are stronger with your friends. You are stronger with the support of others. So you want to rethink the fact that you have to do this alone. Okay. And then the last card is rebuild. What is the next step in rebuilding? Okay. So we have a 4. And we have Page of Cups down here. So this is 4 of Cups. So rebuilding. What are you rebuilding? You are rebuilding your emotional strength. You are rebuilding your inner resource. So accept that cup that is being offered. And I think that speaks very nicely to this 3 of Pentacles. Like, be open to others helping you, whether that is professionals, friends, neighbors. Like, allow yourself to grow and become stronger with others. Okay? Okay, good. Oh, Colleen, thank you also for the astrology information. That's wonderful. And then I see Shannon's funny comment about, sure, that's your dog. Are you saying that I am panting? Okay, where are we at? Thank you. Sophie is here. Hello to Sophie. Let's see, love heart. Hello there, love heart. Okay, so let's go to love heart. And we'll do a 3-card for love heart, like I did for the other 3 cards. What is next from the love? What is next? Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the Sacred Rebels deck. It's funny, when I trimmed this deck, all I could think, I've been following Tarot of the Abyss since the very beginning when Ana started creating it, and I just knew that Tarot of the Abyss would be, Sacred Rebels would be stronger with Tarot of the Abyss beside it. Then they would speak to each other so well. Okay. All right, so this is for love heart. Ooh, those cards were very sticky. Dream a beautiful dream. Okay, let's zoom in. Dream a beautiful dream. So this is a card of, okay, so your message is, no, you need to know what you want. You need to know what you want. Like, what do you want in a relationship? I feel like painting, drawing, listing, writing. It's important that you know what it is that you would like to have in a relationship. This is an important message. You know that the universe wants to be clear. The universe works better if you know what you want. Okay. I have like internal vision boards for a few of my own dreams, and I can't tell you how valuable they are. So what's next is beautiful. We have 6 of Cups, and we have 9 of Cups. So it feels very, it's interesting. This card says dream. This is often known as the wish card. So I think what I said at the beginning is really good advice. So get really specific, you know, like I would like a relationship where my partner cooks breakfast on the weekends. I'd love a relationship where we could go for walks every evening and not be so attached to the television and be out in nature. Like maybe you want to watch TV every night, maybe you want a partner. So we'd like to write down what it is you would like to have in a partner. These cards tell me you can have whatever it is that you want. And the 6 of Cups card is looking into the past. It's looking to perhaps somebody that you already know, somebody that you have gone to school with, somebody from a former community. So perhaps that energy is with you, but perhaps what you are building, what you are dreaming about is somebody who is a version of somebody from your past as well too. Okay? I hope that gives you some guidance, love heart. Alrighty, let's scroll on down here. Yeah, isn't that an interesting 6 of Cups? Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense for you. I love the interaction of these two decks. And yes, Colleen, thank you for that beautiful interaction. All right, did I miss anybody's question? Joel, do you have a question? I'm happy to do a couple more 3-card readings, or I could do one more large spread if anybody would like. Or Colleen, would you like a reading? Let me know. Okay. So what I want to, where I want to go from here is to really explore the different potential energies of the Tower card. It's been, I feel like it's a card I really need to understand on multiple levels. And so I'm going to do a video with a whole bunch of Tower cards and talk to you about how this energy is moving through me this year. So you can look forward to that. So let's go to Sophie. Can we do a reading for my cat? Okay, let's do a reading for Sophie's cat. I just need to see if I can pick up anything empathically. So physically in the cat's body, the right foreleg, so the right foreleg feels like it needs attention, as well as the, I don't know if your cat has been had any trouble swallowing. Do I have any animal decks on the table? Okay, let's just carry on because these feel like these cards are reading really well. Okay. So just be mindful of the actual food that's going down. Like I feel like my throat is a little bit sore. Every journey starts with the same step. Look at the light coming out of the heart space. There's a lot of magic there. Your cat needs to release some energy. Do you do hands-on healing with your cat? Will your cat allow you to touch and hold, massage, or anything like that? Just wondering about that. Like I feel not. I don't feel so much of a connection with the keywords, but as a release of energy. The chariot is kind of moving into the flow of that energy. Okay, so your cat, what is this? Okay, any more information on the cat? Sophie, she does have a cyst on her chest and recently hurt her front paw. Okay, all right. So the what I feel like is the self-care for the cat, and even if you don't do any hands-on healing yourself, so your cat needs help in continuing to heal these two things. Okay, so the right paw, even though it might look healed, still hurts. And I'm feeling like this Ten of Wands is a fiery pain. You know, like it feels like an ache. It feels like an ache. And I don't. Where is the heart? Where is the heart in a cat? I don't even know. Like how like physically in the body. And so when we're talking about when I'm doing chakra healing, so if I'm working with the heart chakra and the throat chakra, these are very closely connected in a lot of bodies. And so I would lay hands on the heart space, lay hands on the throat. This might help in this, if the cyst, this might help in preventing the cyst from refilling again. Okay, so this, or perhaps it is refilling and it wants to be released again. So hands-on care. Okay, yeah. Interesting. I've never done a tarot reading for a cat before, but this feels kind of cool. Where are we at here? Colleen. Would this be a good time to study the Akashic records? Okay, I just need to let the cat energy go. I feel like I'm with the cat. Okay, I feel like I'm with the cat. Oh, okay, I need to let that go. Wow. All right, this reading is for Colleen. Let's bring light and clarity around Colleen, light and love, so that we can energetically pick up on what would be in her highest interest to study at this time. Colleen is reaching out and asking if studying the Akashic records, if tapping into the Akash, learning more about her relationship with the Akash is in her highest at this time. Okay. All right, what you want wants you. Look at that. Ear, listening. What you want wants you. For some reason, Colleen, I'm going to the ear, the anatomy of the ear. Perhaps your pathway into the Akash is through sound healing. Perhaps through sound healing. Okay, let's see if we get any swords that come up. I feel like Queen of Swords energy would really support this reading. Three of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. 3 and 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so not at all where I was expecting to go. So we are in the material realm, but it feels like these are past life stories. It feels like that Five of Pentacles is your past life story. That perhaps you have you made a vow of poverty. So I don't know which lifetime you made a vow of poverty. Look at that three of Pentacles. Giving yourself permission to hold on together, to be supported by others. But so in some of the work that I have done, releasing and rescinding vows of poverty, vows of chastity has been very, very powerful work. But I feel like this for you is walking into a very potent story. And in this dimension would be exploring your relationship with material wealth, with comfort, with safety, stuff to do with the root chakra. Really interesting that we have pentacles, early pentacles on either side of this. So very practical, also embodied. Also embodied. The suit of pentacles is the embodiment of all of the energy of the suits, the wisdom of the suits. So the karmic patterns, that everything lives and is integrated in the suit of pentacles. So I would say yes. I would say yes, moving into the stories of, first of all, your own past, as and also just take a moment to think about that sound bathing, sound healing. Maybe that is a preliminary step on your journey to studying the Akashic Records. Okay. Dancing Soul Sister Hannah. Okay. Medical. Okay, so with medical questions, I'm sure you have a slew of medical practitioners that you're working with, right? So my intention with answering any kind of health, medical or mental health issues is one of support, not one of especially when I'm not present with you, okay? When I am answering this kind of question, I want to know what the underlying emotional association, like the underlying emotional root of this fatigue is. And so with fatigue, the energy is super slow, right? It's very dense. Nothing is moving very fast. Fatigue. The body is heavy. Okay, so let's hold Dancing Soul Sister Hannah in light and love as we pull some cards. Ooh, that was a very intentional cut. Okay. One of the things that I feel with this card is that okay, sorry, some of the messages that I get are very lengthy and long, but the gist of this is that we all have our own unique rhythms. We all have our own unique way of being. We all don't need to eat the same way or move the same way. We all don't need to be on the same, have the same spiritual practices. It's really important that as you move through your healing journey, that everything that you do feels in alignment with who you are. So taking the time to explore various modalities is important. I don't know if you want to tell me. Oh, I can't do it on my phone right now. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to answer your question. I feel like I've got lots of information coming through for you, but what is at the root of the fatigue? That it's like you are a fish out of water. You're swimming against the current. So if you move with the energy of the moon, if you move with the energy of the seasons, if you grow and expand as the moon is waxing, if you retreat and integrate as the moon is waning, you will feel a lot better. Okay, Four of Wands, Two of Wands. So we have fiery cards, and we have a dancer in the center. Okay, so I feel the dancer is also connected to emotion, right? The dancer moves from the heart space. And the two wand cards on either side are fiery cards. So we have a watery card in the center. We have fiery cards on the outside. So another kind of underlying current here is one of balance. The fours reflect stability. And there were, that message was very specific for you. It's like, don't let other people prescribe. So when other people prescribe things like, oh, Hannah, you should be doing this or you should be doing that, this will fix your fatigue. It's important that you choose methods, you choose practices that really, really resonate with you. So what is underlying this? The need to break free. The need to break free. So what does that mean for you? Break free of expectations, break free. The need to break free. That is another message. Underlying the fatigue is the need to break free. My throat is choking up right now. So I feel like you aren't able to share what you need to share with your partner, with your family, or whomever. Okay. Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it. All right, so we're at an hour and 13 minutes. And you guys are talking about Joel's dog. Where am I at here? I'm just going to go through the chat really quickly before I sign off. Essence O, may I get a reading on my friendship with Margot? Okay. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay. And anybody else that's coming in, if you would like me to use your name when I'm doing your reading, please feel free to type that into the chat. Okay. All right, so let's hold some light and love around Essence and Margot. Essence and Margot. Love this card. Inner trust. Feels very high priestessy, doesn't it? This card. Very high priestessy. So this is a beautiful card, you know, to trust trust your inner wisdom, which is my motto. Trust your inner wisdom. You know, only you know. And this is actually it's very interesting. This is the number 2 card in this deck as well too. Okay. Whew. Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. So this feels like a solid relationship. It feels like the friendship will be one that is enduring. It'll be one that is enduring, also one that is able to withstand emotions. What else am I picking up on here? I don't know if this is a romantic relationship or if this is a friendship. That information would be very helpful to help with the other thing that's striking me here too, because we have 2 of the mask. We have, okay, so these are receptive. All of this is receptive energy, right? It's all receptive energy. So it feels like Margot is receptive. Margot is open to the receptivity of the relationship. We have what looks like feminine energy, masculine energy. It feels like a balanced relationship. Anything else, Essence? You want me to know? Does this feel right? Is there any bells and whistles that are going off for you that I can help to clarify? Especially since I don't know what sort of friendship this is. Thanks, Shannon. Okay, I'll see if anything else comes up. Okay, so I'm going to pull, because I suggested Joel put a question in. So I'm going to answer Joel's question, and that will be the final reading for today. Let's type that in there. Okay. All right. So Joel, I'm going to pull 3 cards for you as well too. For those of you that would like to hop on the Read With Me class in August, make sure you get your registrations in soon. This is a class that looks at the energy of moving with the cycles of life. And where's my banner? There you go. Not so, a little bit of predictive reading in this class, but this class also is one of reading into the seasons and the natural, the way that the wheel turns. So we do year ahead spreads, we do all kinds of things that focus on timing, tarot and timing. Okay, this is for Joel, and Joel is asking, where am I spiritually right now, and what is the next development? Okay. All right, so faith in the process. I love that little bird on the back. I didn't even notice that. That wasn't the focus, what I was focusing on last time this card came up. Faith in the process. I almost feel like faith is somebody's name. Is faith somebody's name for you, Joel? Okay. All right, so the second part is, what is the next development for Joel? What is the next development for Joel? This oracle deck, by the way, is not borderless. I have trimmed it. 8 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. You know what I feel here, Joel? I feel like going to an ashram. And I'll tell you why I feel that. So the 4 of Pentacles is one of enclosure, right? It's like a building, a structure. It's like the security. It's the safety within an enclosed structure. And then the 8 of Wands feels like these birds are traveling quite far. So it feels, yeah, that's what that feels like to me. I know things might not have opened up, you know, for as far as travel goes right now, but it feels like there may be a sacred place that you are ready to travel to. And the fact that the 8 of Wands is the 8 of Wands, it often means swiftness. Maybe this is going to happen sooner than later. So, and also know that this sacred space, this container, whatever, you know, I use the word ashram, but that's just because that's within my range of experience. But there could be another sacred place that you travel to for your next step. So that's really beautiful. Okay. And if let's just see. I was pairing it with Oracle deck because this combination feels so interesting. Yes, of course, Oracle Echoes would be beautiful as well too, because that's the same artist. You know, energy is energy is energy. That's all I have to say. What does Joel say here? It's so beautiful with animals. We just got a puppy and it's aw. That's what you were talking about. I saw the dog comments later on. Yeah, puppies are so lovely. Just scrolling down through the chat, see. It's a powder puff, a Chinese crested dog, but with long hair. Wow. Fluff ball. Okay. Let's just, I'm going to see what Joel said here. It's so interesting that that card came up because I thought if I got a reading, that one would come up. And no, lately I have repeated faith and hope in my mind, almost like the stars. Aw, beautiful, like the star. Friendship. Okay, so that feels right, Essence. You're the energy with your friend. You are so welcome. And Joel says, also with the traveling, I thought a lot about going to a Buddhist monk temple to practice or visit. So that's exactly how I see this. You know, that in a temple setting, we have that, you know, the reason that the walls are built around these temples and sacred places is so that we can be safe in the container while we do our spiritual practices. So yeah, so that's why I went in that direction with the Four of Pentacles. So I want to thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate your support, and I love doing these readings. I'll be back next Tuesday. No idea where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing next Tuesday, but I will be back at 12 Pacific to do more intuitive live readings. Take good care of yourselves, and I would love to meet some of you in person, so make sure you go to integrativehealingwithsadhana.com. Most of my courses are in the shop on my website, so if you go there, you can see what is being offered at this time. Okay, namaste.